If Greatfield had their own radio, it would sort of put Greatfield back on the map again. Like, I was born on Greatfield 50 odd years ago, and I used to love Greatfield, and as the years have gone on, I've not been proud of it at all.
It would bring families together. There's not many activities where you can bring the parents and the children together. That one, they could, and they would learn together, which would be a bonus.
It would make me feel proud of it again, because it'd feel like it's reborn again, and people would be more together again, I think, and it'd feel like we're back on the map, I think. Because you'd be proud of it, because it'd be ours.
I'm with my nana, my granddad, my brother, my brother's girlfriend, her sister and my baby niece.
And where are you all going then today?
Skegness.
My name is Brenda Reeve. I've come on the trip today because it's part of the community of Greatfield, and we've got to support it as much as we can. I know I don't get out much on Greatfield Estate now, but I used to do a lot. I used to be part of the Residents Association years ago, until illness took me over and I had to look after my husband with his illness. But I'm trying to get back in the community again to be more aware of what's going on in Greatfield.
I worked in the East for about 10 years and mainly in Greatfield for the last 4 years, and it's a really big estate. I think it's got 2,600 houses roundabout on there. And one of the things for me is I've worked in a lot of areas in the city, but Greatfield really is a community. When we've done events and people have come out, it's been really, really good. There's been a lot of community spirit, a lot of camaraderie, and the people are just really, really nice people.
There's a park, there's shops, there's the people are nice, and it's a nice area.
Well, I've lived on the estate for 33 years. In my opinion, it's a forgotten estate. I think we was one of the last for the council tenants to get double glazing and central heating. But that's, by the by, that's in the past now.
When I first came up here 44 years ago, it was brilliant. I used to fight to get on Greatfield. Then it went down in decline a little bit, but now it's going back up a bit, and people are getting more concerned about the where they're living and in the community, where are people talking every day, oh, you know, we've got to do this and we've got to do that to get it improving.
Hi, my name's Nikki Way. I am a Greatfield resident. I've been on the estate now for, crikey, I can't remember, quite a few years. Do like living on here.
Tell me what's good about Greatfield.
Definitely the community. Where we live, our neighbours, we all seem to look out for each other. Everyone's really friendly. Can always go and ask them for favours and things like that. It's absolutely brilliant.
There is problem with youths and kids, especially where I live, but they're no problem really. Kids have got to be kids. It's just that sometimes we don't think about you getting old. And it's, and the parents, some of the parents don't like what you say to them about the kids if they are a bit of a nuisance, but I don't complain that much, if any.
At the minute, we're encountering a few problems with having the tyres slashed on cars, having the lead pulled off the top of the porches in the door, sorry.
Right, I'm Debbie Peacock. I'm a resident and a parent of the estate. A few years ago we decided to form a community group to do lots of fun activities for all the community. We've done more than fun things, we're just a big part of the community trying to do some good stuff. There is problems, but I think if the kids had a little bit more to do and had people giving them respect as well as them giving others respect, I think that would change a little bit as well.
What problems are there on Greatfield then?
I think there's nothing for the kids to do. Even the parks are getting vandalised all the time. They put something in and it gets burnt down, then what can they do?
Teenagers going around to Stonebridge Park, wrecking all the park and everything, burning down that twister thing in it.
Setting the wheelie bins on fire.
Finding stuff for the older people that are vandalising it to do, so that the other ones can.
Yeah, it's like the second, you've got till the 10-11s, haven't you? Then it's the 11s to 16s. They're not having any stimulation or anything to do. All there is to hang about on park.
I think children need encouraging to do things different as well. It's these problems have come through years of lack of encouragement, and they need to be shown the way, really, rather than just become like the parents, if you like, if you know what I'm saying.
Instead of downtrodden them all the time, tell them that they're no good, and you know the teenagers, you know, they can't do this, they can't do that.
So if Greatfield had its own radio station, what would you like to hear on there?
Or like things that's happening on the estate, upcoming events, problems anybody's having, positive things that are happening as well, any grievances, just things like that. I think it would be a really good idea.
What about music?
Oh yeah, definitely put music on.
Okay, what sort of music?
Oh, dance. Love dance music.
Well, if people use it, they'd be able to say what the problems are on Greatfield and what the good points are. And I think we should have one, if at all possible.
For me, it would be advertising the things we've got, all the different groups. We are kind of like the forgotten estate, but there is groups on there that have been well established over the years. A lot of the residents don't even know they're there, so it would be great if we could advertise them.
Do you think there's a need for like a local community radio facility on Greatfield?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so how would it be used? What would it be for?
To let people know on what activities are being done around the area, to let children know what was going on. If you don't get leaflets through the door or you don't see posters around the area, then you miss out on a lot of activities. Like me and my daughter, we missed out on something that happened last weekend because people don't let other people know.
And as for a local radio programme, I think it may do some good because it may give some of the younger people a bit of interest. I'm a grandfather and I'm 66 years of age, and I feel sorry for the young people today because there's nothing for them. There's no hope. Or appears to be no hope.
It would be fantastic for the young people because they could go on and get training. It could give them confidence for the future, for going into jobs maybe into that type of, into the media area.
Joanne Parkinson, and I volunteer for the Grin. Well, it would make them more aware of their surroundings and, you know, what's available in the vicinity for them to do, as well as, you know, stopping getting bored really, and just having their say, which will benefit them as well as everybody else, because then we know that they're all right and they're liking what they're doing.
My name's Kieran Way and I go to Wolfleet and we live in Greatfield.
If Greatfield had its own radio station, what would you like to hear on there?
Nice songs and stuff like that. Just good songs what make people happy.
Could do like a little show, like more kids joining in with music and that, like more question shows and everything.
A kids request show where they request the songs and what they think about the bands as well, and then you can get like the 14s, 17s, get somebody in that sort of like, you know, teenage years, because they do have a lot of personal problems, don't they, at that age, where you can have somebody who can like ring up and give advice like that way, because it's something we never had when we was kids. Late on the night you could have like a calm down few hours. Do you know what I mean? Like I heard somebody say about a kid slot between like 6 and 7, which is their hours, so you could have like a reading kind of thing, and then after then it could be like as your clock starts to wind down, and so you have your mellow music, don't you?
My wife just said about getting an oldies slot as well, where the old people who are very old now and they like to say their bits as well, what it used to be like.
Yeah.
And I think the kids would like to wear that. I'd like to wear it.
It would be bringing people together that wouldn't normally mix, I would say, and it maybe people don't like to come forward vocally in person, but they're kind of behind the scenes with a radio station. They might get a little bit more involved in the community that way. But yeah, I think bringing generations together through a radio station and the community as well.
Irene Fletcher, Vera Havercroft.
Do you live on Greatfield?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
54 years.
So have you seen some changes then on Greatfield over the years?
Not really. I mean, I think personally we could do with a little bit more shops. But nothing's really changed in my eyes. I mean, only people who are moving. But the buildings are just the same, the buses are just the same. I did fight for the buses. I got over 1,000 signatures to keep the 43 and the 42 on the go, and I got it.
So you've been a bit of a community activist then?
Like that.
So why can't you just get this by listening to Radio Humberside then? Why do you need your own radio station on the estate?
Because they don't do anything for children and teenagers. It's all about politics.
If we had our own station, you'd want to hear it, you'd feel like it's part of your community.